What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So in yesterday's video, I did the top 10 things that I loved about Star Wars Battlefront 2. So for a follow-up video, today's video is going to be the top 10 things that I hate about Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now, I can already tell that this video is going to get a lot of bad feedback, because anytime you criticize this game, there are people that are blind to the bad things that go on. Now, I think this game has made a complete 180. I do not feel the same way that I did when this game first came out. I thought the game was just bad when it came out, and now I think this game is amazing, but there are still a lot of problems, and I'm going to point out those problems. I'm not going to pretend that the problems don't exist, because no game is perfect, and it has potential to be my favorite Star Wars game ever if they fix some of these things in this video. So this is just constructive criticism. Like I said, I think this game is way better than what it was. I really enjoy playing this game. It used to be that I didn't like playing it. I only played it for the channel, and I just kind of had to force myself to do it. But now I find myself playing this in my spare time just for fun, because I just play this game so much for YouTube and streaming and stuff that I just wasn't interested in playing it in my free time. And these aren't in any particular order either. This is not a ranking video. These are just in a random order. But the first thing I want to talk about is the campaign. This was a major selling point for me and for a lot of people. With the campaign, they advertised that it was going to be Inferno Squad. That was going to be the main focus. You could play as the Empire, like this special forces kind of team, kind of like their version of basically like the Clone Commandos, but they're for the Empire. And it just was a really cool concept, and they just hit you over and over and over. It was in your face. They had like a conference at EA Play, and they had all these cool outfits, and they were just hammering you with the idea that this is going to be from the Empire's perspective. And I love that concept. Like, I love the Empire. I wanted to kill rebels. I wanted to be a bad guy for once. And then, spoiler alert, if you guys are new to the game, this is a slight spoiler for the campaign, but you turn to the good side after like 3 missions, and it was just such a cop-out. It was lazy writing. It was poorly done. I did not buy the game wanting to play the campaign to be a good guy. If you're going to do that, you should have just made us a good guys from the start, because it was not fun. And Battlefront 2015 didn't have a campaign, and they listened to the feedback, so they added one to this game. This was one of the major selling points, and it just wasn't good. The gameplay's not even that fun. The AI are dumb as rocks in the story mode. It's just super easy. The only thing that stands out for me is when you get to play as the legacy characters like Luke, Han, Lando, Leia. And even those missions can be a bit tedious. Like, the Luke mission was a waste of potential where you just kill bugs with a lightsaber. So I just was not a fan of the campaign whatsoever. And then the second thing on the list of things I hate is that there are too many modes. DICE likes to experiment with game modes, and since they have so many modes, it leads to just some game modes being completely empty because nobody plays them. They took the time to add extraction to the game. Nobody really plays it. Strike is in the game. Nobody really plays it. Starfighter Assault, up until recently with the Celebration Edition coming out and Christmas players coming in, you could almost never find a match of Starfighter Assault. They have hero starfighters, they have co-op, they have instant action, the campaign, capital supremacy, galactic assault. They have so many different things in this game that split the player base up. It just kills modes like Ewok Hunt, and it makes me wonder what DICE is thinking when they take the time to make these modes. Like, they made Ewok Hunt. It was popular for like a month for Halloween when it came out in 2018. And then a year later, after the mode's been dead, they decided to do a second version of Ewok Hunt. And then it died a second time. Like, Ewok Hunt just isn't a popular mode, so I don't understand why they keep taking the time and effort to make this mode. Same with Jetpack Cargo. They took the time and effort to make Jetpack Cargo. It was a complete failure, so they removed Jetpack Cargo from the game completely. So I just wish that DICE would focus on the more popular modes and stop trying to work on modes like Ewok Hunt when they could take that time and divert it towards something that is more popular and more important, like Galactic Assault, or more focus on capital supremacy. And then if they're going to have all these modes, I wish that they would put more time into them. Like, Starfighter Assault hasn't had an update probably well over a year and a half. Like, Starfighter Assault is fairly fun. If it doesn't get any updates and the hero ships are completely unbalanced from one another, the good guys normally win 9 times out of 10 because they're so overpowered compared to the bad guys. Nobody's going to play that mode because it doesn't receive any updates. So that is one of the things that I hate about this game. And then the third thing on this list is that they aren't adding any new Galactic Assault maps. Galactic Assault is the game's most popular mode. Everybody plays Galactic Assault, but for some reason, with these new Capital Supremacy maps like Felucia and Agent Kloss, they aren't using them for both game modes. They're only using them for Capital Supremacy. But when they first made Capital Supremacy, they took some of those Galactic Assault maps like Naboo and Kashyyyk, for example, and they converted them into Capital Supremacy maps. So why can't they do vice versa? I don't understand why they didn't design Felucia with both modes in mind, instead of making just the map of Felucia and only using it for Capital Supremacy. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Same with Agent Kloss. They could have just made Agent Kloss both game modes in mind. And Agent Kloss is big enough, I think they could split it up to be a Galactic Assault map. So I don't understand why they're making these newer maps exclusive to one game mode. I know a lot of people would love to see Felucia and Agent Kloss added to the Galactic Assault rotation. And then fourth on this list, which may be getting addressed fairly soon, hopefully, is that there are no villain skins. Now we do have some for Dooku, Grievous, and Kylo Ren, but there's still a lot of them that don't have any extra skins. Boba Fett, Bossk, Darth Maul, Darth Vader, Palpatine, they could all get skins, even Phasma. There's a number of different skins they could add. They could have Battle Damaged Boba Fett, Battle Damaged Vader, Battle Damaged Phasma. Palpatine could get prequel era robes. He could even get sequel era robes now. There's a few skins they could give to Bossk from the Clone Wars. And then, don't even get me started on Darth Maul skins. There's tons of Darth Maul skins that they could add to this game. So hopefully within the next couple months, they actually give some love to the villains and we get some pretty cool skins. Then fifth on this list is that there are no new infantry blasters. The game has been out for over 2 years. They originally promised that there was going to be blasters added to the game, and then the developers have used the excuse that new weapons came in the form of reinforcements and new heroes. They said that Grievous, Obi-Wan, Dooku, Anakin, all their lightsabers count as new weapons, and then the reinforcements also came with new weapons. Now, I can see the argument with reinforcements because technically they do have new weapons, but ever since the game's launch, the infantry has had the same exact weapons, and it gets so stale. Now, it might not be stale for any of the new players that have the Celebration Edition or are just now coming back, but for a veteran player like me who's been here for over 2 years, using the same exact blasters every single match you play for hundreds and hundreds of matches, it just feels so dull and boring. I would love to just mix and match. Like in Battlefront 2015, you could use any blaster you wanted. I want something like that. I want to use some variety. I'm tired of sticking with whatever the best blaster is for each class and having to use only that one because it just is way better than all the others. So I would love to see them finally do like an overhaul for the infantry blasters. Then up next is the hit detection. The hit detection in this game is god-awful. It is really bad when it comes to saber combat. I couldn't tell you how many times I've jumped up in the air, and as I'm in the air, I still get hit with somebody's lightsaber swing when they're on the ground. I'll get hit by saber swings when I'm nowhere near somebody. I'll be blocking and I'll still get hit even though I'm blocking. I'll get killed behind walls constantly. I'll be hiding behind cover and someone will still shoot me. On my screen, I'm behind cover, but on their screen, I guess I'm not. I don't know. Now, I don't know if this is a server problem. I have no idea what it is, but it needs fixed. I don't have this problem in a lot of other games that I play. And with a game that's multiplayer focused, you'd think that would be a pretty big deal. When you have so many saber heroes in the game, you would think that saber combat would be one of their top priorities. You would want it to feel flush and fluid. It just shouldn't be clunky, and you should not get killed by somebody that's nowhere near you. It's infuriating. It makes me want to quit this game so many times. I can't tell you how angry I get when I'm like Boba Fett and I'm on like a 60 or 70 kill streak and somebody hits me with their lightsaber from like 10 feet away from me because the game just, the hit detection's so bad. Like I'll be in the sky with Boba Fett, but I'll still get killed by their lightsaber. And then number 7 on this list is Battlefront's just huge amount of glitches. This game over the past 2 years has had so many different game-breaking glitches. It had multiple heavy glitches. The one with the explosive shot not overheating was really broken. They had the one where Palpatine had to be removed from the game because he could electrocute through walls. There's still a glitch in the game that has been in the game since launch where Palpatine can shock you and makes your character run like 2 miles an hour power. Grievous's abilities will just not work. His unrelenting advance currently is just, it'll activate itself a second time, except it won't do any damage or deflect any blaster bolts. So you're doing the animation, but it just kills you because it's just not working. Chewbacca currently has a glitch where he ground slams twice. Even when you don't tell him to ground slam, he just does it on his own, which has gotten me killed a few times. There are just tons of glitches. Now, it has gotten a lot better. They have done a lot of quality of life changes, but I'd say out of 10 matches, 7 of them I probably see some sort of glitch happen in some way, shape, or form. It could be a small glitch, or it could be a huge glitch that gets me killed, but there's normally some type of glitch that happens. And a lot of these glitches, DICE seems to just brush over. They just don't care. For example, there has been a aim drift problem in this game for months, and the community got so upset over it, they finally had to say something about it. They said that they were working on it, but it was hard for them to actually pinpoint the problem and to fix it. And then they just completely forgot about it. The glitch still happens all the time. I'll be aiming and just aims on its own to the left or the right. So I'll be aiming at a character, and then suddenly my aim is completely off because this glitch happens. And then DICE has just never fixed it, and it's been in this game since launch. So there's tons of glitches that have been in this game for 2 years that DICE has never bothered to fix. So this is one of the major reasons that this is not my favorite Star Wars game ever, because it's so infuriating that there's this many glitches in this game. And then number 8 is the balancing problems. DICE is just not very good at balancing their game. I don't know if it's because their lack of play testers. I don't know if they test these heroes via whoever's in the office. I don't know how they do it, but they just aren't very good at it. Like, I can name a huge list of things that are either overpowered or underpowered. I have over 4 months of in-game playtime put into this game. Over 3,000 hours. I've played on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. I should have a pretty decent idea of what is overpowered compared to the other characters. And when it comes to an online game, you want characters to be similar to one another. You don't want one hero to be way more powerful than the other heroes, or one reinforcement to be way more powerful than the other reinforcements. Like, if Han is way better than Leia, for example, why would anyone pick Leia? If they cost the same battle points, but Han is so much better, everybody's going to pick the better hero. So they need to do a better job with balancing. So I really wish that in the future they sit there, take the time to look at just how broken some of these characters are. And then, speaking of balancing problems, this brings me to number 9 and number 10, which are both Anakin and Palpatine. These two characters are completely overpowered. When Anakin launched, he was so broken he could wipe entire rooms with a push of a button. Anakin has been nerfed 5 times since he was released a year ago, and he's still overpowered. He has 4 abilities, and he has an ability loop that you cannot stop. If you are a blaster hero and you're facing Anakin, you're pretty much dead. I was in arcade and I was testing it. You can kill Boba Fett in 4 hits. 4 lightsaber swings is all it takes to kill Boba Fett. And then if you're someone like Bosk, you don't even have a prayer of running away. Boba Fett can at least maybe fly away. But if you're Bosk, all Anakin has to do is pull you, hit you with Passionate Strike, hit you with 1 to 2 swings from his base damage lightsaber, and then you're dead. You stand no chance. Anakin can wipe out entire rooms, and then you have people that will continually defend Anakin. You'll have people that have max level Anakins, and they're like, oh no, he needs a buff, he needs a buff. Because Anakin is designed for people that aren't good at the game. They have to get kills somehow. So Anakin is that hero where anybody can pick him and do well with Anakin, because he can pull you, which knocks you over. He uses heroic might, and then if it's not because of Anakin himself, odds are he has teammates around him too. So he pulls you directly in front of you. You're laying on the ground as you're getting shot by his teammates and taking damage, and then he hits you with his Mack truck saber swings, and you just don't stand a chance. And then Palpatine's received a number of nerfs as well. He's just as broken on the villain side. Palpatine takes no skill whatsoever to get kills. You just go into the fight, aim in their general direction, and just hold in both triggers, and then you just get tons of kills. Easily, I see Anakin and Palpatine always at the top of the leaderboards. They're just elimination machines. I've seen tons of matches with Palpatine's getting 120, 130, 140 eliminations because he just runs into a room, uses his Dark Aura ability, gets tons of assists, uses his Chain Lightning, kills like 7 or 8 people at once with the push of a button. They're just completely unbalanced, and I can't stand it. Like, when I see any other hero, I feel like I stand a fighting chance. But when I see Anakin or Palpatine, I know my hero's pretty much dead in the water. I might as well just hit the respawn button, because my odds of defeating an Anakin player or a Palpatine player aren't very good. But that is going to do it for the top 10 things that I hate about Star Wars Battlefront 2. Hopefully they change some of these things. Like I said, I have 4 months put into this game worth of gameplay, so these are just things that I have observed, and these are things that I personally don't like. So if you guys don't have any problems with these things, that's fine. If you don't agree with this list, that's also fine. This is just my personal opinion. But let me know what you guys dislike about this game in the comment section down below. And then if you guys want to talk about the things that you like, go check out yesterday's video. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and be sure to check out another video. Follow me on all social media at SwanyPlaysGames. All the links are found in the description down below. And then be sure to check out the Everything I Love About Star Wars Battlefront 2 video that I did yesterday. And that is going to do it for me, guys, and I will talk to you all in the next video.
We would be honored if you would join us. You cannot resist